Hey everybody, and welcome back to I Am Dead. We're here at the Nab Hill campsite. We're looking for Greg. Who's it? Greg Litherland. He was kind of a obnoxious dude. People didn't really care for him that much. I wonder if we have to go inside the buildings to find our guys now. No thought bubbles. No people. Ah, there you go. There are some people in here, or at least one person, and a thought bubble. First of all, can I see this this trophy you have here? What that kind of creature is that? Godfrey the Goat. Once the terror of Nab Hill, Godfrey was fiercely territorial and would attack anyone who dared approach. After many months of bird-watching visits, Greg eventually managed to tame him with rhubarb, and he became a valued member of the campsite staff, serving as a pack animal to help campers carry their gear up the hill. Is this really his head? Like, because that's not very nice if you, he was a valued member and you stuffed and mounted him. That's not cool. Alright. Eddie and Ben Newen. Eddie Newen, campsite owner or something like that.
I only knew Greg briefly, from the summer that I took over the campsite and he retired. He seemed harmless enough, if a bit strange, living in that nasty little caravan. As part of his official handover process, he gave me a big box of rule books that I was apparently supposed to give every camper when they arrived. I couldn't believe them. The amount of inches apart each tent had to be, the angle of pitch, permitted colours of guy ropes.
Very stickler for the rules, this
No
guy.
skipping ropes, marbles, conkers, or throwing games. No singing with hand drums.
Is hand drums the appropriate term for bongos?
I built a huge fire on the beach, invited the whole site for a big party, and burned the lot.
Burned up the rules.
But
Oh,
then,
Greg probably didn't like that.
awkward. Greg showed up. I guess he'd been collecting some things from his caravan and came to see what the noise was all about. You could tell he wasn't comfortable, but he sat down and tried to make conversation. I told him how beautiful I thought Shelmerston was, and he started telling me all about the wildlife here and the best places to spot birds. He was actually quite a sweet guy.
He burned up all his rules.
He must have noticed what we were burning, but he never mentioned it. That was the last time I saw him. I always felt a bit guilty. I mean, I got him wrong. He wasn't that bad.
Good old Greg.
Well, it's a good thing she kept one of them. It must be around here somewhere.
Ah, so we're looking we're looking for the rule pamphlet. Probably in a desk. The front desk. If I had to put an old pamphlet. I guess not. It's not in the front desk. I can look in the play box. Alright. It's definitely not a Game Boy. It's legally distinct from a Game Boy. Could be a bookmark in any of these books, but we can't really go into them, unfortunately. Camping supplies. Woo. Camping supplies. Hiding a rule book in here anywhere? Nope. Alright, let's check out this table. There's a cool box, aka a cooler. How I would call that. Obviously it's not in there. I would like to look in whatever this is, but I cannot go in there. I don't think there's anything in the camping stove. It'd be an odd place to hide a paper item. Maybe it's in Godfrey the Goat, even though we already looked. Yeah. look in this, yeah, I think we did look in this cabinet. We know it's here. Is it in the water butt? No, but I see some jellyfish in the water butt. Not jellyfish, mushrooms. The persistent wax caps. Look like jellyfish to me. Alright, it's gotta be in your backpack then, right? Not in your backpack? What else is here? Oh, is it this little thing? It's this little thing right here. We could have found that so much easier.
What's this about dogs having to be on leads the whole time? Outrageous.
Well, some dogs aren't as nice as you, Sparky.
I'm getting the scent of Grenkins again, Morris. I'll pop up to let you know when we're close to one.
Okay, thank you. I won't look for them, though. These are kind of a waste of my time and the viewer's time, to be honest with you. What's going on in here? In this play area? The Luchador, the Yucatan Kid. The Mephisto Diabolique. And a snake. Hello, Mr. Snake. That's some weird eyeballs you have there. We can go inside the snake. What you got in there? Oh, you ate a man. El Gran Caballero Jr. You ate him. It's not food, Snake. Oh, and who's this guy? El Tejano. Grankins? You found some Grankins, okay. Pitch 25. No one in here that I want to speak to or listen to. Greg's old caravan. Anybody in there? I mean, there's some ancient old drink or something with some flies around it. Hey, it's another luchador. Blue Diamond Jr., confiscated from Dion McKay in 2014. Old cup of tea. How long has that been sitting there? That man's been dead a while. Bird watching journal. Well, you know what? We're just gonna move on. Maybe we could have found some Grankins. Why is that person... What are you doing? What are you doing? Why do you have a giant shell in your face? Okay, it's a shell race, apparently. Aren't none of these people have bubbles over their head? Okay, the beach party. Yeah, okay. So, you found a Grankin, but that's fine. I don't really care about the Grankin. Sansha Playfair, head coach of Miles. Scheller racing fan.
Miles and I came to Shelmerston for the Scheller Cup final. Miles was the world champion for ages. Greg, the campsite manager, was a huge Scheller fan. Always gave us the best pitch on the campsite. Miles was up early every morning, training for the big race. Greg would always be lurking in the background, taking photos.
That's
It
a weird
became
game.
rather annoying. How many photos did he need? Oh God, and one time he turned up at our barbecue and wouldn't leave. The man could not take a hint.
He was just trying to be nice.
So, race day arrives, and Greg is there with his camera, of course, getting in everyone's way. So, Greg leans out into the track as the pack came past, Miles in the lead.
Oh yeah, you shouldn't do that. That's the problem.
And Miles goes crashing right into Greg. Total disaster. Miles goes down and Kwazzy flies past him to win the race. Miles was absolutely gutted. He definitely would have won it. Later that night, all us Shellers were on our way back from the pub, and we heard Greg outside his caravan, just sat by himself, crying.
Look, he's so sad.
Miles, he was such a good sport, went over and spoke to him, invited him over to our camp for a drink.
He just wanted to be part of the crew. He just wanted to hang out and have fun, and he ended up messing things up. And he felt bad about it.
So then Greg came back and hung out with us, brought his camera and showed us all his Sheller race photos. You know, that guy was actually a pretty great photographer. By the end of the night, Miles had forgiven him. Miles was good like that.
Good for you, Miles.
Shellers. I've never understood the appeal of that. Seems bloomin' uncomfortable to me. Poor old Greg. He was always rubbing people up the wrong way, but he meant well. And he really loved this place.
So it's a little late for me to apologize now, but speaking of apologies, apologies for the slowness, the late upload for this particular episode. I had some personal stuff and I hadn't pre-recorded anything, so I had to record something here after. Hello, pig. I wanted to look inside you. Had to record something here after work and get it uploaded real quick. Oh, this is where the Grenkin is. There it is. Thankfully, it does kind of like force you towards it. Once you get close enough, it kind of auto unlocks it for you. Hello, Grenkin. Alright, there's the camera right there. Bought secondhand at the Shelmerston Acres charity shop.
Oh, I wish we could use this. I am a very photogenic dog, you know.
I know you are. That's right, we can't use it because we're dead. Hey guys, what's up? Arthur and Katie. It's way past their bedtime, but Arthur, Katie, and Sir Bumbleton, who is Sir Bumbleton, are now up on Big Rock, keeping an eye on the Sheller party and making sure Pig is okay. Yes, we've seen Pig. Didn't think it was a real pig at first. Who's Mr. Bumbleton? Oh, it's your rabbit. Hello, Katie. Some tents to check out here. Oh, we found a Grenkin habitat. No people. A bunch of people, but no people with thought bubbles. And just one guy and his sheep shank. Man, where are all the thought bubbles these days? I know, the Grenkins, okay? I'm not looking for the Grenkins right now. I mean, I can probably find this Grenkin real quick because that thing over on the left of the Grenkin indicator looks like a can, which I would have assumed was in this cool box, but it's not. Ew, we can go inside the milk. So you know what? We're not looking for that Grenkin. We're looking for thought bubbles. There we are. Sandy and Rupert Needle. Been camping every year since 1987. Sandy Needles, the camper.
I love camping. We've come to Shelmerston every summer with the kids for years. Okay, our tent is a bit bright, but that means the kids can always see it.
I can't tell it's bright. It's all
Greg
one
seemed
color to
angry
me.
about everything this year. He told us our tent was outside of the regulation colours, and being around the kids seemed to really upset him. But they were only being kids, just running around playing. One day, Greg confiscated my little one's kite. He was terrifying. We still sometimes get nightmares about it. I had to do something.
Uh-oh. Had to do
When
something.
I saw Greg put the whistle down, I pinched it and took out the pea. You know, the thing that makes the noise.
How did that go over?
I threw that pea somewhere Greg would never find it. You should have seen his face when he blew his whistle and nothing happened.
So we need to find the P to his whistle. That might be a little hard.
I always wondered how Greg managed to get so good at hand whistling.
It's just a little circle. How are we gonna find a little circle? We threw it far away, which means where the rabbits poo. This would be a great place to hide something, especially something small and round. Oh god, we have to find out which one of these poos is a pea. That's it right there. And which one is a rabbit poo? Poo? Yep, that's poo. Poo? Yep, that's poo. Pea, not rabbit poo. Man, imagine that thing's been sitting here for years? You threw that away years ago.
The
And it's
smell
still
of
here.
rabbit poo. It doesn't excite me the way it used to when I was alive.
Used to be excited by rabbit poo? Well, I guess you're a dog. I suppose that's fine. Alright, pitches 7, 8, and 9. You know a Grinkin. Okay, you do not have a thought bubble. I fear that I've missed one. Curtis Jackson, been a twitcher since his granddad showed him his first water rail in Beckenham. Well, actually in Elmer's Inn, between Beckenham and Panga. What's a twitcher? I mean, certainly it's not someone that's someone that's on Twitch. Is it about trains?
My whole life I've dreamed of seeing a Jempson's sea owl. One day, I read the news that a guy on this little island called Shelmerston had discovered one. I had to see it.
Is a twitcher a bird
The only
watcher?
B&B on the island booked up really fast, so I decided to stay at the temporary campsite set up by the guy who discovered the sea owl, Greg Litherland. The atmosphere was amazing. There were twitchers from all over the world come to see it.
Bird watchers.
Greg had given the owl a name, David Abrahams. A bit weird, but I guess he was the one who found it. And because it had no mate, it was lonely, and he'd made a model female owl out of concrete. That was quite impressive. I got to know Greg a bit during my stay. He really seemed to resent all the noise and fuss on the island. His island, as he thought of it. And the irony was that he was the one who'd got everyone excited about coming to Shelmerston. Greg told us he'd take us up in groups to the owl's nest site, but I snuck up early with my camera. It saw me and it flew off hooting and I didn't get a picture. I was gutted.
Did you ruin everyone
I had
else's
to make
day?
do with a picture of the model. It wasn't the same.
Well, alright, we have to find the model owl.
Ah, I remember that. All those bird watchers suddenly arriving and nowhere for them to stay. I didn't think Greg had it in him to start a campsite, but he somehow pulled it together.
So when I was reading a little bit about this game, so it's based on reality. Well, not really reality, but you know, it's based on some actual real life things, like the guy that was playing the sousaphone and he was playing cricket out on kind of a sandbar sort of thing. That's a real event, an annual event in the area of like northern England, I think. And maybe not northern England, somewhere in England. And this is based on a real event where there was a stranded albatross and someone like made the albatross a ceramic or It's concrete mate. Do I have to find a... There's a washing up station. You think it could be in the washing up station? I doubt it. Ah, there it is. It's a leg of the little stand. Hello, life-size concrete owl made by G. Litherland.
Oh, poor old David Abrahams.
Yes, poor old David Abrahams indeed. So a lot of this game is based on someone's experience or knowledge of like maritime areas in the UK. Is that one over there? Is that one I missed? Surely it's not, right? It could be one I missed, honestly. Yeah, it's one I missed. How did I not see that before? Pitch 15 and Greg's old caravan. Yeah, I went to the caravan. Didn't I go into the Pitch 15 before? Maybe someone's moved. Maybe they weren't there before. Or maybe the colors was just too light and I didn't see it. Maisie Wilkinson. Maisie had a lovely day playing on the beach with her new best friend Astrid, who she met yesterday. Hello, Maisie.
My best thing is throwing discs. I am really good. I like playing with Dan and Tolla. It's our favourite thing when we go camping on Shelmerston.
Your favorite thing is throwing a frisbee. Excuse me, a disc. To be a child and to be so excited by a frisbee.
Came up the beach, all red-faced like an angry tomato. He pointed at a sign. It said, "No throwing games." He was yelling and shouting at us.
That's not very nice, Greg.
He told me to give him my disc, but I wouldn't. I threw it high up into the air.
And into the sea?
And it went bang into a massive bird.
Oh no, the
then
owl.
the bird fell into the sea.
The owl, you killed the owl.
I felt so awful. I never meant to hurt the birds. The whole thing was terrible.
You killed
Mr. Little
David,
Lamb was
whatever his face
screaming.
was.
He waded into the sea, picked up that bird, and carried it back to the beach. He was crying and crying.
Look, it's
I'm
dead.
Sorry, Mr. Litherland.
You killed Mr. David, whatever his face was.
Oh, Greg. Poor guy. Oh, and that poor bird. I guess that explains why he was always so prickly.
Yeah, I guess I couldn't have seen this yet until I saw the thing about the owl. So that's why I didn't see it before, because it wasn't there yet. But somewhere in this tent, or in this area, is a frisbee, and I happen to see a little dish with some plates in it. You think there's a frisbee in there somewhere? Instead of some plates? No, it doesn't seem that way. That's too bad. Would have been a good place to hide it. A log pile. Unless you've been chopping it up, it's not in there. So maybe it is in the tent. What do we have? We have your cooler. And it would be silly for your frisbee to be in your cooler, though. The board game. Downward Dog, it said. Well, then where is your frisbee, my dear? Not in here. It must be outside somewhere. You said you threw it away, so maybe it's in Greg's area. Maybe it's in his caravan. Let's go in the caravan and look for it. Unless it's under the mat, which I doubt it is. Alright. Is that it under there? Or is that part of the hat? Greg's hat. Is that it right there? Flying disc. confiscated from Uliana Wachachowski 2012, so that's not the flying disc in question. I know I butchered that name, so my apologies. Stop the slaughter. Save the Morled? Save the Morlo. What's a Morlo, by the way? Photo of a St. Marian's candlebird. Photograph of a cormorant. Greg, you sure you're not hiding a disc, a flying disc under your hat? Is this a plate? Or is it a flying disc? Cider bottle. Pen knife. Cooler box. It looks to be just a regular plate. Well, I didn't see a frisbee. Where is a frisbee? Any help, guys? Thought I heard a sound. I was like, why was there a sound? Ah, there's a storage area underneath. That's right. We've already been here because we've seen Blue Diamond Jr. And there's the flying disc. Confiscated by Maisie Wilkinson, 2014. Have we already looked at that? Or am I crazy? Maybe we just looked at Blue Diamond Jr.
I love these things. Reminds me of our walks on the beach.
Alright, that's all. Go summon Greg for me, please, Sparky.
Woof! Okay, I've got his scent. It was quite faint, but I'm a very good dog.
You are a very
Let's
good
go
dog,
find him.
Sparky. Let's go find him indeed. Release the Sparky. Well, there's him, but I don't see his memories. Is that all? No. I was gonna say, that can't be all. That doesn't seem like enough. Hopefully this is all, though. There we go. 15 of 15. Hello, Greg. How do you like being dead, old Greg?
Greg! Oh, hello!
Morris, what are you doing here?
I am dead.
Hello there, pup.
Hi, Greg.
You can talk now. Rather prefer my animals when they don't talk.
Yeah, Greg, we need to ask you, would you be interested in being the next island custodian? It's a very important job.
Oh, no, absolutely not.
Absolutely
This
not.
is your mess, and you can sort it out.
It's not my mess.
My mess? Well, how do you mean?
It's everyone's
You
mess.
dug her up. I warned you, and I warned you when we were still alive that those archaeological digs were a bad idea. And now we know exactly how bad.
Well, now hold on, Greg. That's not how that works.
Oh, isn't it, talking dog? 3,000 years, no eruptions. You dig Aggie up, and then suddenly her grip on the island is weakening. Well, some coincidence that sounds like.
You may be right.
Well, I didn't. I never did.
No. There's no way I'm doing that job. It's too much obligation, it's not my responsibility, and frankly, one lifetime of humans was plenty for me. Now, I'm going to stay right here until I can find David Abrams.
Fine. Thanks, Greg. See ya. I suppose.
Thanks, Greg.
Good luck finding David Abrams, Greg.
It's not looking good, is it, old girl?
Don't worry, Morris. I hate it when you worry. It makes me nervous.
He's waiting for David Abrams. I guess I'm like him in that way. The most important person in my life wasn't technically a person. More like an island.
Yes, the island. This island. A whole island's worth of people and stories. Not like Greg at all. Everyone loves you.
Really? Well, loved me, perhaps, past tense.
No, they still do. And there's one more person who loves you we need to talk to. Our last prospect. I just know we're getting close now.
Hey, Sparky, how do you know all this stuff? I mean, you're just my dog, aren't you?
Well, nobody is just anything, Morris. I'm mostly the dog you raised, but I'm also kind of a messenger, a scout, part of something bigger. Aggie sent me to help guide you.
Aggie sent you?
Okay.
No time to explain, Morris. We have to get to the last prospect.
Well, however it came to be, I'm glad I get to spend more time with you, old friend.
So am I, Morris. Now, off to see Samfire down at the harbour.
Ah, Sam. Yeah, lead the way, girl.
So, when I said before, like, did he have a spouse or somebody? Apparently not, because he said, the most important person in my life wasn't technically a person, so I guess he did not have a spouse. The boats of Shelmerston.
Ah, the harbour. I always loved watching the boats come in and out. Never did get around to expanding the fishing exhibit, did I? You remember coming down here with me?
Well, I'd have liked it better if you'd have let me swim.
I love your confidence, Sparky. But you always thought yourself a bigger dog than you actually were.
Oh. Lots more boats than there used to be, though, aren't there?
Certainly are. Shelmerston got busy. Though this is busier than even I remember. Say, how long have we been doing this search?
Oh, I don't know, Morris. Once you're dead, time seems to be a bit less important.
Does it? Oh, I don't know. I suppose it seems a bit galling that time and everything else keeps moving even though I've stopped. Makes a man feel unimportant.
Oh, you're not unimportant, Morris. You're saving the island. And to do that, we better go find some people who remember Samfire.
Yes, Sam surely understands the feeling of watching everything change. Fish folk live for, what, 200 years? That's no small amount of change.
Not volcano change, though, Morris. And that's what we need to avoid. Off we go!
Alright. So who are we looking for? Samfire. One of the fish folk, Sam was one of the first of their kind to fully integrate with the ways of the land, taking a position of responsibility as Shelmerston's harbor controller. Sam played an important part in helping the island retain its own identity in the face of industrialization and tourism. They were an integral member of the Save the Morlo movement. What the heck's a Morlo? Maybe we'll learn more about the Morlo. But unfortunately, that will have to be next episode. It's just Sam, and then there's one more person. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap this up so I can upload something and have a video up today. So thanks for joining me. Hope you enjoyed it, and hope to see you again next time.